A billionaire CEO thought he had everything until a little girl called him dad in the cereal aisle. A billionaire CEO thought he had everything until a little girl called him dad in the cereal aisle. Jane Hunt had built an empire with little more than her ambition, her discipline, and an unshakable sense of control. As the CEO of one of the largest technology firms in the country, she was the type of woman who arrived at the office before dawn and often left well after sunset. Her world governed by numbers, deadlines, and silent elevators that took her to the top floor of glass buildings she had designed. But that afternoon, something felt different. The air was heavy, and the day's meetings had left her with a dull ache behind her eyes. Instead of calling for her driver, she decided to walk for a moment, just down the path behind her building through the public park she'd helped fund years ago. The trees whispered in the early fall breeze, and a few golden leaves swirled past her polished shoes. She adjusted the cuffs of her dark blue suit and loosened her tie just slightly. That's when she saw her. A flash of light pink darted across the path ahead, small, quick, like a startled animal, and disappeared behind one of the large oaks that lined the edge of the walking trail. Curious, Jane slowed her steps. She heard a soft choke sound. As she came closer, she realized it was crying. Behind the tree, crouched low to the ground, was a little girl. She looked no older than 5, dressed in a pale pink dress that had patches of dirt on the hem. Her brown hair was pulled up into a loose bun, already starting to fall apart, and her little hands were pressed against her eyes. As her shoulders shook, something inside Jane twisted unexpectedly. She hadn't been around children in years, didn't really know what to do with them, but the sight of this tiny, heartbroken child stirred something long buried. She crouched down slowly, keeping her voice soft. "Hey, are you okay?" She flinched at first, then peeked out from behind her hands. Her eyes were big, brown, and filled with tears. She didn't speak right away, but when she did, her voice was barely a whisper. "Everyone has a daddy," she said, "but I only have a mommy. I don't want a mommy." Jane was stunned by the raw sadness in her tone. Before she could respond, she heard a voice louder now, panicked and calling out, "Emmy, Emmy." The woman's voice was cracking, breathless. She was clearly searching for the child. Jane looked back at the little girl, and something in her rebelled at the thought of handing her off without a word. She didn't know why, but her heart ached. Then, without thinking, she said the words that would change everything. "How about this? Just for today, I'll be your dad." She stared at her. Her crying slowed. For a moment, she just looked at her as if trying to figure out whether she meant it. Then quietly she reached out her small hand.